Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into something truly mind-bending from the natural world. Imagine a creature that's basically found a cheat code for life. Yep, we're talking about the immortal jellyfish, an animal that can literally turn back its own biological clock. So, how in the world does it do that? Let's get into it.
So right off the bat, let's just ask the big one. The question that humans have been obsessed with forever: is biological immortality even possible? I mean, it sounds like pure science fiction, right? Something you'd find in a comic book, not in the real world. But what if I told you the answer is actually swimming around in our oceans as we speak?
Yeah, believe it or not, deep down in the ocean, there's a real-life example. It's this tiny, totally unassuming little animal that has, for all intents and purposes, figured out how to live forever.
So let's meet our star, Turritopsis dohrnii. That's the scientific name, but you probably know it as the immortal jellyfish. And despite that epic title, this thing is tiny. We're talking smaller than your pinky nail, but don't let its size fool you. It's hiding an absolutely incredible biological superpower.
Okay, so to really appreciate just how wild this is, we first have to talk about how a normal jellyfish lives its life. You know, the standard playbook. It's a pretty straightforward one-way street from birth to death.
So for most jellyfish, life starts out as a little polyp. Think of it like a little stalk, just stuck to the seafloor. Eventually that polyp grows up and transforms into the swimming jellyfish we all know. That's the Medusa stage. The Medusa swims around, reproduces, makes some new polyps, and then, well, that's it. It gets old, it gets weak, and it dies. It's a one-way trip, no do-overs.
But this is where our immortal jellyfish just throws the rule book out the window. When it's faced with old age or some kind of threat, it does something no other animal we know of can do. It basically hits a giant biological reset button.
And what's so incredible is that we're not just talking about healing a wound or regrowing a limb here. No, this is a complete reversal. It's like its cells literally travel back in time, going back to a younger state so they can start the whole process over.
So check this out. Here's how it works. When the adult jellyfish gets stressed out, maybe it's injured, starving, or just getting old, that triggers its superpower. Instead of just giving up and dying, its whole body kind of melts down and transforms back into its baby stage, that little polyp. And then a brand new, genetically identical jellyfish grows from that polyp, ready to live its life all over again. It's a loop that could theoretically go on forever.
And that really gets to the heart of the difference, right? For most jellyfish, life is a straight line. You start as a polyp, you end with death. One life, that's it. But for the immortal jellyfish, it's a circle. The quote-unquote end is just a way to get back to the beginning. It's a completely different way of experiencing life.
So obviously this raises a huge question. How is this even possible? Like, what's the science behind this? What's the mechanism that lets an animal completely reverse its own aging?
Well, the secret sauce is this incredible process called transdifferentiation. Let's break that down. Basically, it means that a mature, specialized cell, say a muscle cell, can completely change its identity and become a totally different kind of cell. It's like it goes back to being a basic, do-anything stem cell, and then uses that to rebuild a whole new, young body from scratch.
And I really want to stress how unique this is. I mean, we know some animals can regrow a tail or a limb, right? That's cool, but this is on another level. Turritopsis dohrnii is the only animal we know of that can take its entire adult body and rewind it back to its baby form. It's a total system-wide reset.
Now, as amazing as all this is, we got to bring it back down to earth for a second. This power isn't without its limits. But the research into why it works holds some really fascinating potential for us. This is the part where we ask, so what? Why does this matter?
First things first, biologically immortal definitely doesn't mean invincible. This jellyfish can absolutely still die. It can get eaten by a predator, it can die if the water gets too hot or polluted. That reset button is great for getting old or getting hurt, but it's not going to save it from being somebody's dinner.
But, and this is a big but, when you take away those outside threats, well, that's when you really see its potential. In a protected lab environment, scientists have watched the same exact jellyfish restart its life cycle over and over and over again for decades. It's just a crazy demonstration of how powerful this whole process is.
And that, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all, the one that really gets you thinking. By studying how these tiny cells manage to time travel, scientists are hoping to unlock secrets about our own aging. So could this little jellyfish actually hold the key to understanding and maybe just maybe, one day influencing the aging process in humans? It's a huge question, and it's exactly why scientists are so obsessed with this little creature and its eternal loop.